நீங்கள் பார்த்து கொண்டிருப்பது உங்கள் RSKV யூடியூப் சேனல்.
Income Tax Officers Exam 2017, Paper 3 Allied Laws. As per Transfer of Property Act, property can be transferred by a living person. Number 2, transfer of application of the information sought by applicant not related to one's office is needed to be done in 5 days. A defendant to whom a summon has been issued under Rule 3 of CPC may appear as per court instruction. In person, A. B. by pleader duly instructed and able to answer all material questions relating to the suit. C. by a pleader accompanied by some person able to answer all such questions. D. as per the court instruction. Answer: all of the above are correct. Question 4. A sells a house to B with the condition that B cannot sell it to anyone except C. The condition is void. A defendant, if refuses to accept the service of summons under CPC or cannot be found, the serving officer shall make the serving officer can return the summons and inform the court. The serving officer, without making any other effort, can affix the copy of summon at the door. C. The serving officer shall make all efforts to serve the summon on agents empowered to accept on his behalf. D. It is only when all the efforts fail, the serving officer will affix the copy of summon on the outer door or some other part of the house where defendant resides or carry business. All of the above are correct. Which of the following statements true? All partners of a firm are eligible for remuneration proportionate to their individual shares, and the firm can claim deduction for such remuneration paid to only working partner. This statement is true. Question 7. Disposal of request of information that concerns the life and liberty of a person shall be provided within 48 hours. Question 8. A person settles his property on his son subject to a condition that they cannot transfer the property without his consent. The condition is void. Question 9. Section 5 of the Contract Act deals with revocation of proposals and acceptances. Number 10. Under Rule 14 Order 16 of CPC 1908, when can the court may on its own accord summon a witness stranger to suit? The court can on its own motion can ask the person to be summoned as a witness to give evidence. When the court at any time thinks it necessary to examine any person. B. He can be a party to suit though not called as witness by the part of the suit. D. Such person can be asked to produce any document in his possession. Answers: all of the above are correct. In case of any reference made to third party, time limit to submit information extends by 10 days. A partnership firm is created by agreement between the partners, and a partnership can be formed between one or more individuals. 2. Between an individual and other partner representing his firm. C. Between two partnership firm. 4. Between HUF and a member of that HUF independently. All the above statements are correct. Yes, number 13. A's son has forged B's name to a promissory note. B, under threat of prosecuting A's son, obtained bond from A for the amount of the forged note. If B sues on this bond, the court may set aside the bonds. Question 14. On dissolution, goodwill of a firm may be sold. A separately, B along with other property of the firm. Answer A and B are correct. Number 15. A makes a will of his property in favor of two sons B and C jointly with the condition that the property cannot be partitioned till B and C attain the age of majority. This condition is void. Number 16. Severability. Severability means part of information which is not exempt can be disclosed. Order V of CPC deals with issue and service of summons. Number 18. Appropriate government under RTA Act 2005 in relation to public authority includes central government, B state government, C union territory administration. D all of the above. Answer D all of the above. Any transfer of immovable property which intend to defeat or delay creditors, it shall not impair the rights of transferee in good faith and for consideration. Question 20. After goodwill of a firm is sold on dissolution, subject to agreement between him and a buyer, a partner of the dissolved firm may A. Carry on business in competition with that of a buyer. B. Advertise the competing business. Answer A and B both are correct. 21. RTA Act 2005 puts obligations of maintenance of records duly catalogued and indexed in a manner and the form which facilitates the right of information under this act on the public authority as defined. Question 22. When suit has been duly instituted, a summons may be issued to defendant. Question 23. Which section of Information Technology Act authorizes authentication of any electronic record by electronic signature? Section 3A. Under Section 53A of the Transfer of Property Act, following condition is not necessary. The property should be only house. Question 25. A contract to pay B rupees 10,000 if B's house is burnt. The contract is contingent contract. Can a company be formed for any lawful purpose by only one person? Yes. Question 27. As per Order 5, Rule 2 of CPC, the summons shall be accompanied by a copy of pliant. Question 28. Contingent contract is defined in section dash of the Contract Act. Section 31. Question 29. Serving of the summons shall be made by delivering or tendering a copy thereof signed by the judge. Question 30. Chapter dash of the Contract Act deals with consequences of breach of contracts. Chapter 6. 31. Question. In a contract of sale of immovable property, following statement is correct. It creates interest in property of transferor. Question 32. A partnership firm comes into existence by agreement between all the partners, and such agreement should be either expressed or implied. Order 5 Rule 10A of CPC deals with delivery of summons through post. Question 34. A lets a field to B at a rent of rupees 50 and then transfers the field to C. B, having no notice of the transfer, in good faith pays the rent to A. B is not chargeable with the rent so paid. Question 35. Tables F, G, H, I and J of Schedule 1 of Companies Act deal with articles of a company. Question 36. Contractual rights and duties are created by parties. Question 37. A partner is a principal and the agent. A partner acts as a principal so far he is concerned. 2. A partner acts as an agent so far as other partners are concerned. Both 1 and 2 are correct. Exemption list from disclosure of information is superseded by following clause. Larger public interest in case of trade secrets, intellectual property. Question 39. Which of the following statement is incorrect? A person who receives the profit is always the partner. Question 40. In the absence of a contract or local law or usage, to the contrary, a lease of immovable property for agricultural purposes shall be deemed to a lease for 1 year, 6 months. Question 41. An agreement is valid which creates legally binding right and obligations of the parties to it. Question 42. Where the defendant is confined in a prison, the summons shall be delivered or sent by post or otherwise to the officer in charge of prison. Question 43. Which section of Companies Act deals with altering the provisions of memorandum? Section 13(1)(3). 44. Question 44. Any of the following persons may, besides the mortgager, redeem the property. A. Person having interest in right to redeem. B. Surety of the mortgager. C. Creditor of the deceased mortgager. D. All of the above. Answer D. All of the above. A void agreement is void ab initio, but a void contract is not void ab initio. True. Question 46. As per Order 5, Rule 28 of CPC, where the defendant is a soldier, sailor, or airman, the court shall send the summons for service to commanding officer together with a copy to be retained by the defendant. Question 47. A. A contractor appointed B to manage his entire work. It was agreed that B would receive 50% of his profits as his remuneration and would bear all the losses. Here B is A's agent. Question 48. Order 16 of CPC deals with summoning the attendant of witness. Question 49. Under Section 63 of Companies Act, can a company issue fully paid up bonus shares to its members out of the capital redemption reserve account? Yes. Question 50. For a valid gift of immovable property, the transfer must be done by a registered instrument with 2 witnesses. Question 51. X makes a proposal to Y, which Y accepts. But before the acceptance comes to the knowledge of X, Y revokes his acceptance by telegram. When the revocation completes under Contract Act, when the telegram is received by X. Question 52. When a party apply for summoning the witness, the expedience shall be paid by the same party. Question 53. Can the President of India or the Governor of a state be a member of a company? Yes. Question 54. One of the partners of a registered firm expired and consequently the firm was dissolved. It was reconstituted with the remaining partners very next day. It was held by the court that there is no discontinuance in business. Thus, the stock should be valued at cost or market price, whichever is lower. Question 55. Which of the following statement is correct? A joint owner of property who receives a share of property arising from the property is not considered to be a partner. This statement is correct statement. Question 56. Every summons for attendance of a person to give evidence or to produce the document shall specify the time and place at which he is required to attend as provided in Order 16, Rule 5 of CPC. Which one of the following does not amount to revocation under Section 6 of Indian Contract Act 1872 by the death of the acceptors? Question 58. A makes a gift to B, C, and D without specifying their shares in the property. Gift is accepted by B and C but not by D. Whole gift is void. Question 59. Section 205 of Companies Act deals with functions of the company secretary. Question 60. When, as per Order 6, Rule 10 of CPC, due to non-appearance of witness, the attached property can be released if he shows sufficient good cause for non-appearance before the court. Question 61. Under Information Technology Act, records are to be kept for as per the provisions of relevant laws. 62. Question. A guru, spiritual advisor, induced the chela, his devotee, to gift him a whole of his property to secure benefit of his soul in the next world. The gift shall be voidable. Question 63. A has shares in company X and also shares in company Y, which is running in loss. A makes gift to B of all the shares in X and Y. B refuses to accept the shares in Y. B cannot take the shares of X. Question 64. The information sought shall be ordinarily provided in the form in which it is sought. Answer. If the information sought maintained as asked and no fresh creation is required. Question 65. Under Order 16, Rule 14 of CPC, the court can summon on its own accord to witness dash to suit stranger. Question 66. Which of the following statement above minor partner is incorrect? Answer. A minor can be a full-fledged partner in a firm. Question 67. An agreement non-enforceable by law is stated to be void under dash of the contract. Section 2G. Question 68. As per Section 60 of Transfer of Property Act, what are the property which are exempt from the attachment and sale in the execution of the decree? A. Necessary wearing apparel. B. Cooking vessels and bedding. C. Houses of agriculturalist. D. All the above are correct. Question 69. If the donor gives whole of his properties, then the donee is personally liable for all the debts and liabilities of the donor. Question 70. If only a part of the consideration or object is unlawful, the contract under Section 24 Contract Act shall be void. Question 71. Under 19 of CPC deal with, Order 19 of CPC deal with affidavits. Question 72. On request of applicant, following information shall be provided except records, documents for creation or preparation of which resources are needed to be diverted. Question 73. Which of the following is an absolute duty and cannot be executed by any agreement to the contrary? Duty to indemnify for loss caused by partner's fraud. Question 74. When any person is required in court to produce evidence, is unable to attend the court due to his or her illness, it is sound reason for the court for issuance of commission. Question 75. Information related to any private body can be sought if such information can be accessed by a public authority under any other law for the time being in force. Question 76. Where seller does not disclose to the buyer any latent material defect in the property, the buyer has right to both A. to repudiate concern, B. to claim damages for law. A and B both are correct. Question 77. Which one of the following does not amount to fraud? A representation made without knowing it to be false, honestly believing it to be true. Question 78. Competent authority without ambit of RTI Act 2005 includes the President or Governor, B. the Chief Justice of India in the case of Supreme Court, C. the Chief Justice of High Court in the case of High Court. All of the above are correct. Question 79. When any party makes application to the court for issuance of local commission under Order 26 Rule 2, the application must be with affidavits. Question 80. A contingent contract based on the specified uncertain event happening within a fixed time under Section 35 of the Contract Act becomes void at the expiration of the time fixed. C. Becomes void if the happening of that event becomes impossible after the expiry of time fixed. Both are correct. Question 81. Under Order 16, Rule 19 of CPC, High Court can issue a commission to any court within the local limit of whose jurisdiction the witness resides. Question 82. Exempt information such as 1. That which relates to security, sovereignty and integrity of India. 2. The disclosure of which may cause a breach of privilege of Parliament or the legislature can be disclosed after dash years or concurrence. 20 years. In case of death of a joint promisors, the promise A can enforce the contract against the said joint survivors of the said joint promisors along with the joint promisor who are alive. B cannot enforce the contract against the survivors in the said joint promisors. Both A and B are correct. Question 84. Under sale, following are the name of the sellers. A. To disclose material defects in the property. B. To disclose material defect in title. Both A and B are correct. Question 85. What is a reasonable time for performance of a contract? It's a question of fact. Question 86. If the time is not the essence of the contract, the failure to perform the contract by the specified time makes the contract remains valid, but the promisers can claim compensation for the loss suffered by him by such failure. Question 87. Which of the following acts are within the implied authority of a partner? A. To engage a lawyer and defend the action brought against the firm. B. To purchase goods of the kind used in firm's business. C. To engage servants to perform the business of the firm. All of the above are correct. Question 88. Can the provisions of the Limitation Act be applied to proceeding or appeals before the tribunal or appellate tribunal? No. Question 89. Which of the following act has not been statutorily excluded from the scope of implied authority of a partner? Answer: to receive payments of the debts due to the firm and give receipt for the same. Question 90. Section 66 of Information Technology Act deals with computer related offences. Question 91. A is owner of properties X and Y and mortgages both properties to M. A then sells the property X to B. B has right to insist that the debt be first realized out of property Y. Property X should be touched only if the debt is not fully realized from the property Y. Both are correct. Under the Information Technology Act, offence punishable with imprisonment of 3 years shall be bailable. Question 93. Where the money received from a third party by the firm in the ordinary course of the business is misapplied by one of the partners to his own use, then the firm is liable for the same. Question 94. A retiring partner has the right to carry on a business competing with that of the firm, but he cannot Use firm's name. B. Represent himself to be a partner of the firm. C. Solicit firm's existing customers. All of these are correct. Question 95. A makes a gift of his property to B. He does not mention as to when B shall get the property and lays down no condition. A. B gets property with immediate effect. B. The transfer is present. Both are correct. Question 96. On the death of a partner, public notice of death is not given and the firm continues the business. Then, for the acts of firm done after his death, the estate of the deceased partner is not liable. Question 97. As per Transfer of Property Act, a property in future may be transferred. Question 98. If all the partners but one are insolvent, it is dissolution of firm. Question 99. Living person as per section 5 of TPA includes a company or association or body of individuals. Question 100. A partnership for certain adventures or undertaking is a particular partnership.